There we go. It's on. Is it? Yeah. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. Welcome back. It's been a long time since we last went. Great start, Brian. Great start. Carry on, mate. It's been a long time since we last live streamed yesterday. I'm currently connected up to a wire at the minute. I'm gonna just. Am I back? Yeah, there we go. Great, fantastic start and very professional. You wouldn't think I do this regularly. Welcome back. The reason why we're back so abruptly is because World Update 21 came out yesterday. Heading back to Australia now. Like I said on yesterday's live stream, it feels like the Australian update was not too long ago, but it actually was a long time ago. It was World Update 7 in 2021. 2021 is when we got the Australian World Update, the first one. And this one looks fantastic. Obviously, since then we've had Asobo, Microsoft use different ways to get satellite imagery, different terminologies. This new triangular triangular irregular networking, or network tin they call it. So not technically photogrammetry. I remember a long time ago when we were live streaming, there was a chap in the chat who was telling me all about it. It's not technically photogrammetry. It works in a totally different way. Is it? I think photogrammetry is done by satellite. I think tin is done by a plane. It possibly. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully someone in the comments or someone in the chat will enlighten me a bit further. So what we're going to do in today's live stream is we're going to have a good look around the new World Update. We're going to be focusing on the airports, mostly because, as I say, that's kind of what this channel does, is mostly the airports. I have a list of some of the points of interest, so we'll see if we can head to those in some way and take a look at those as well. Not all of them, there's quite a lot, but we'll have a look at the airports first. We're actually going to start from the smallest airport upwards, which, if my search went well and got it correctly, we're looking at Lord Howe Island. I think that's how you say it. Now, I'm pretty certain AU Scene did this airport as a payware. I'm pretty certain they did. It is now available as a handcrafted airport. So we're going to start there, and then we're going to go to Coober Pedy, which, fully enough, is one of my favourite YouTubers. Simon Wilson went to Coober Pedy recently on one of his videos, and they live underground there. Well, for the most part, they actually live, because that region of Australia gets so hot for most of the year. People have to live underground. Everything has to sort of be underground, which I thought was pretty cool. And seeing it from one of his videos. Cloud Strider, hello, hula, hello, hello. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. As I say, the point of this live stream is to focus on the airports and show you the handcrafted airports that have been added in. 6 airports: Lord Howe Island, Coober Pedy, Bathurst Airport. Now, I know there is some pronunciation over in Australia and New Zealand, so I will get some stuff wrong, guys. So listen, this is just a little heads up. I know at some points in the comments or even in the live chat, I will get the little heads up. You've pronounced that wrong. I know I have. I'm fully aware. I'm fully aware that I'll be saying some things wrong, so I apologise in advance, okay? Was it Bathurst Airport, then Broken Hill, Broome International, and then we have also got oddly enough, in this one, we've actually got a military base, which I thought was quite interesting. I saw this in the trailer or the original announcement, and thought that's quite interesting that they've put in a military, because we don't see a lot of military airports. We see a lot of freeware. We see some payware, but they're very few and far between. So we've got Royal Australian Air Force Base Tindal, or Katherine Tindal Airport. It's a mixed use. It's a civilian, mostly general aviation airport, but a large amount of that is for the Royal Australian Air Force. Let's get going. Before we start, the guy is on the mend. He is a warrior. Lee over there, please go and follow Lee. Go and subscribe to his channel. Go and have a look at his dedicated website. Obviously his YouTube channel. Please go and subscribe. Check out some of the videos. Man after me own heart. He actually does a lot of airport reviews, just like me. But this man knows his stuff. So go and subscribe to him, please, and let him know that you come from the Practically Geek channel. I will continue to give Lee a shout out as much as I can, and he is on the mend after his heart attack. So absolute legend. Just go and send your best over on his channel posts. Make sure he's okay. He'll be back soon. Right, let's get on with it, eh? Here we are. There is the first one. It's not the first one. That's where we're going to be heading last. I was going to go there first, but we're going to go there last in the A400. First place we're heading is Yankee Lima Hotel, India. I still think they should. I tell you what, all the little changes to the UI that they've made with Sim Update 5, can we just have it so when we're inputting text anywhere in this sim, it stays on the screen? So if I obviously move away from that, it's going to take the cursor away. If I click on it, I should just be able to type on it and press enter and stuff. It's the same everywhere. It's the same in the when you're key binding stuff. Oh, it's annoying. Anyway, there we go. And if you have a look, I'll just, like I said, the Oz scene, or the AU scene. Fantastic score, 4.7 out of 5. 18 quid. Quite a thing now. Sorry, I'm trying to get my words out. It's quite a thing now where we are getting some of these handcrafted airports. And as I've mentioned, I do feel that in the more recent world updates, that Gaya Simulations have really done well with their handcrafted default airports. This one, really small. It's the smallest one we'll look at today. The only airport that I've had a little tiny bit of a look of is Broome Island. That's where I put the theme. It's where I put the thumbnail. Place the thumbnail is at Broome International. Let's stick. Well, we haven't really got any. We haven't got much choice. I've stuck it on live weather. I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. So, no flying in this live stream. Will just be the old get the drone camera out and have a look around situation today. Let's have a little look. Sadly, we will have to jump between these airports, and it will mean that I'm going to have to continue to disable chase plane every time, because we won't be able to use but we can disable chase plane for now, and it should allow us to get into drone mode and be, yeah, perfect, good stuff. Sometimes that doesn't work. It will completely freeze showcase camera from working. Looks beautiful in this part of the world. Do you know what I might do, just for the sake of the live stream? Might just brighten everything up, get some clear skies in there. stick it at midday, and just so we've got a lot of light, natural light coming into there as well. From what it looks like, they've done quite a lot of work on the satellite imagery, the water masking, which, yeah, it looks all right. I still wish we had some kind of animated waves and wake, stuff like that. But from a distance, it looks okay. I don't think they've done much in the way of mapping the island. I know from past experience, because of AU scene or Oz scene, however you like to say it, this island did look this nice around. The waters looked fantastic. Sadly, they just don't look. They're very, very flat, aren't they? I know we have the water looks great in Microsoft Flight Simulator. In my opinion, it always has, even in 2020. But everything looks very static, doesn't it? Until you get kind of down to the water, and you're by the waves or the water level, it does sometimes, if you bring the wind up, it does look a bit more acceptable from a height. And you can see see, if you add a little bit of wind in, it does look a bit more animated, which is great. The island looks gorgeous. I mean, like I've said on a couple of these live streams, the amount of places I want to go now just because I've seen them in the sim and been to that particular airport. That would be the dream. It never used to kind of be a thing for me, but if I was ever going to aim for something for myself and the videos that I do or anything, that would kind of be it. Let's check the airport. Lovely bit of detailing with the rocks and the vegetation. Lovely bits of detail here. Oh, look at this. Now that's nice. Is that like not a floodgate of any kind? It probably is. Airside area. Pretty cool. I tell you, that's a nice little bit of detail, actually. I mean, I don't know if that is natural enough. Some auto-generated things, but I think it doesn't run all the way down. But that's a nice bit of detail, and especially on the approach. Like I said, Gaya Simulations have upped their game with their handcrafted default stuff, and the thing is, Gaya Simulations are fantastic anyway as a standalone developer. They have recently announced that they're kind of back in the game with their own products, Corfu, of course, and I'm pretty certain they said they were doing Amsterdam, but I don't know where I've seen that. I could be completely wrong. But I noticed with some of the recent European stuff and later on the Brazilian stuff, the Japan update, the airport scenery is the quality of the actual buildings and just the overall detail got a lot better. It was already great. We've got some wildlife. It's I always feel with the wildlife in Microsoft Flight Simulator that they made a massive deal about it in the trailers and all the media, but you very rarely see it, or you only see a specific type of animal. You don't see like the crocodiles or the predators. I did see a bear out in California in one of when I was doing a video. Is this like a bison or a cow? Oh, hang on, mate. You had a shave. Oh, okay. They are very detailed. Hey. And again, a bit of a shout out to Perseverance Scenery, who did let me know that these are from Zoo Planet or Zoo Tycoon. The animals, the very detailed animal models, just because they're from a zoo sort of simulator game. Kevin, good to see you, mate. Thanks for coming in. Getting all the default sort of trees. I don't know how much has changed here, if I'm going to be totally honest. It would have been potentially, it would have took us a lot longer, if I'm going to be honest, if we did a bit of a before and after with all these, because we would have been jumping in and out, disabling the world updating and enabling it. Couldn't be bothered with that. Not that I'm being lazy or anything, it's just there'll be a lot of flicking back and forth with it all, and yeah, I don't think you guys would appreciate it. I tell you what, though, I can already see this little bit is very nice, especially in avatar mode. Some of these kind of new car models popped in there. One with the kayak on, love that. It's like a Hummer, like a Humvee. It's not, but it is. It's just doesn't have the badge on it. And then there's this little walking path up here. So, if you've got your avatar and if you love using your walking mode, you can have a little jaunt, have a little ramble up here. Some nice broken fences. And then you can get yourself out on... Yeah, look at this. Hey! Love it. I mean, I wouldn't just leave it there. I mean, who's going to nick it out here? Lovely oh, look at that. Look at that. Lovely amount of detail. Love to see it. Beach looks great, but you definitely want the surrounding areas to be as detailed as possible. That goes for any scenery. It goes for payware, and I love the fenced off areas with the signs, and essentially this is freeware, I guess you could call it. It is free. You're not paying for it, and it is payware quality. And regardless of your thoughts and stuff about the simulator and the issues that we get, listen, I get frustrated. We all get frustrated with the issues. Every simulation game, every game has one. A small percentage might be perfect out there, but they've all got their issues. They've all got their issues. But I tell you what, the things that Microsoft have given us over the years that they could have easily put a price on. These world updates, I think some developers around the world, game developers, simulation one, the wider genre, might have charged it for it. They might have said, listen, not everyone flies in Australia, not everyone flies in Germany, and so on. Should we just price them up, and then if people want to buy them, they can do. They're all free. They're all there for you. And it is there to open up the prospect of flying in those areas, to give the simmer, listen, you might just do a long haul flight in your A350, but have you considered doing some bush flying around Australia? Because actually, you'll be very, very happy. Install this free update, and you're good to go. It's like Jurassic Park. Lovely little airport, definitely. And you've got the scenery to go along with it. It's everything's picturesque, isn't it? Look at this down here. Lovely little areas in between the palm trees with tanks and a few, I don't know, maybe bits where plants are grown. This is a farm, it looks like to me. Maybe not a farm, but it's a construction area. Some diggers and bits of trash. I tell you what, the ground clutter is fantastic, and it is all made off the new models that were introduced in 2024, which is great, because what it looks like is Gaya Simulations have made their own models for the airport and other bits, but they've also used the default objects to great effect. Lots of different. I mean, it's for a small little airport on an island. They've put a large amount of detail. Look at this. I mean, it's sad to see the island like this. I'm assuming they're going to pick it up, but yeah, all the roads are there, and let's just have a look at the airport then. The actual, I'm not going to say terminal because, I mean, that's it. There is an interior to it. Love to see that, especially nowadays. Looks lovely. Let's get out of our plane. Open hangar as well. Looks like a... Disappointed to see that there's a plane in it. Wait, oh. Bit disappointed to see a plane in it. I always think if you're going to do a hangar, if it's not capable of fitting multiple aircraft in with spaces, leave it empty for us. But until hangars serve a purpose in some way, then it don't matter too much. Let's have a little look inside. I think with this airport this size, it's okay to use the avatar mode to have a little look around. Nice little detail. There's some step ladders. There's a tow bar on the 152 there. A bit of a seat with some gloves on. Maybe the guy's just gone off for a little break. Fan, and then some storage units, and yeah, it's pretty detailed. Nice. Let's see if there's any collision on some objects. No, these seem to kind of, the LODs are a bit messed up on there, but well, more of these more detailed cars. I always think they were made for something else. I don't know. It doesn't look the work of Gaya. It looks much better. I think Microsoft switched to someone else. It is still Gaya Simulations. Unless they are outright lying, which I don't think so, because Gaya Simulations put out a social media post earlier on today, maybe yesterday, saying that they've worked on it. So can't see Gaya putting out a post to say that they'd work on it when they hadn't. It is still Gaya Simulations, but like I said, they have really stepped up the game. Maybe there's different developers part of Gaya Simulations now, or maybe they've added more to the team. Don't forget, these guys have been working with Microsoft since the earlier World updates. So, you know, without going into the specifics, I'm assuming they're making a bit of revenue from that partnership, meaning that they can introduce more team members. And don't forget, they are heading back into making their own stuff. So there's going to be a conversation behind the scenes there between Gaya and Microsoft and Asobo to say, listen, we're very keen to go back to our roots, because I remember featuring, you can go back on my channel. There's some Gaya Simulations videos on my channel. The airports were fantastic. They really are. So I am curious to see what Corfu's going to be like. Is it going to be on the standard of these, or is it going to be much more detailed? These are fantastic. They really are. I mean, this is just a small little airport on the island, but they've gone right ahead and put everything in here as much as possible. Actual collision on the door there. Look at that. Yeah, there's some collision on here. Good to see. Fantastic. There you go. Pens, papers, desk equipment. No collision on that door, but I'm assuming they will want you to have a look inside. Night lighting's gorgeous. Really nice. You can actually see that the screens are on now. That's quite interesting. I'm wondering if these screens react to the time. Interesting. Look at the light in there. Wow. You can see the shadows of the text of the sign outside there. Can actually hear some frogs and other animals. Night lighting is lovely. I always feel it looks nice inside anyway, with the night lighting, but does it look nice outside? Completely pitch black. You can see the lovely night sky. Actual collision on these as well. You can't walk through them with avatar. I'd love to see it. Looks nice. Look at that. You know, there's not a lot of ground lighting on an island like this, so great. I'm waiting for Corfu as well, but more importantly, a good Vienna airport. I think seeing what they're doing now with these latest world updates, city updates as well. I mean, no, I don't think they do anything with the city updates. It's mostly the world updates, the airport and the points of interest. I think where Microsoft are concerned, they pretty much do the satellite. Well, I mean, again, I think it's a third party that does the satellite stuff, but that's Lord Howe, I think you say, Lord Howe. Let's back ourselves up. Next one for our attention is Coober Pedy. Again, one of my favorite YouTubers, Simon Wilson, went here recently in real life, and it's quite a distance off the shore, isn't it? So, you know, Sydney might be your first point. What is this over here? Norfolk Island. Got some points of interest as well. Maybe from the historical convict prison site and pier museum. I think this is part of the world update. Love to see it. Hobart, that's an NZA Simulations one. I think Melbourne, that's Orbex. I think Sydney is still a default one. Where are we going? We are going to Yankee Charlie Bravo Papa. Interestingly enough, this doesn't have a star next to it. So I'm wondering if this is actually being done. Doesn't have like a little star to indicate. But it does look like it's custom modeled. So we'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Let's stick the 172 just on the ground there. Take it back to the daytime. Like I said, from what I've seen on Simon Wilson's video, the population of Coober Pedy live underground because of the heat around here. Look at that, though. I mean, that looks fantastic. I think that's a really nice screenshot, if I'm going to be totally honest. Except for the door lighting up. Do that again. I think that looks pretty cool. Anyway, let's, again... Oh, textures coming in there. Let's have a little walk around before we jump into... Mind you, actually, do you know what? We'll just fix... This is unfortunately the problem I'm going to face. I'm going to have to disable chase plane every time because my chase plane doesn't have the drone camera set up, sadly. Let's have a little look around Coober Pedy. I can't remember what Simon Wilson flew into here. Maybe a Saab 340, possibly. It could have been a Twin Otter. I'm not too sure. Basically out of the in the middle of, and this is where they mine the opal. I remember Simon Wilson buying a load of opal from a shop, and it was just, that's all it was. Couple of night bars and stuff and hotels, and then pretty much every other store was an opal store selling opal. I mean, you are out in the middle of the open. Look at this. There's no mountain ranges either. It looks surreal, and I can only imagine what it's like in the middle of the night. Like, you know, sometimes in Australia you'll be looking around, you'll see the odd hillside maybe, but it's just, and you know, the guys have done, look at this, and they've captured the essence of the airport. Active airfield. And another thing that Gaya Simulations do really well is definitely the ground clutter. The vehicles on the ground, the clutter on the ground. Also looks like they've put some of these. They've definitely put some street lamps in, and I'm not too sure what these are. Power lines, maybe. It's fantastic. It's really good. We'll have a little look with the drone camera at some of the areas around the airport, but it is very secluded, isn't it? Let me just switch this to night time. I mean, look at that. Just below this, the simulator visually still looks absolutely incredible. Is there the interior to this? Let me have a little look. It looks like there is, but I don't know if it's... Look at that. It's just surreal even being on the sim. I mean, God, you know what it would be like to be there. If anyone's watching this live stream or rewatching it, please let me know if you hail from Coober Pedy or if you've been there. We still have an interior. It's yeah, it's okay. It's quite nice. It's weird. The floor texture makes everything look like it's floating almost, but there is a texture to it. All the check-ins look very, very immaculate. Not immaculate, but like just phones and paper and pens, and it does make me think that Corfu is going to be very well done. Just using my mouse here just to like the coffee machine, man. It's Can we go inside here? Let's have a little look. There's no collision on these walls. See the login screens and everything. Not as it's about. I mean, it's a bigger building than the other airports, but it's certainly. I would say it's. Yeah, it looks about the same, doesn't it? You know, it's quite small, but around the same size. We've got some flights there that absolutely do not make sense for this for this airport. I can tell you that for now. Out into the apron. Very, very quaint. Very secluded. Just blows my mind. Like, I know Australia's big, but it's when you see something like this through the media on a flight simulator, it just puts it into a bit more perspective. Let's have a little look and see. Oh no, we can't go into the drone that way. Hopefully we can still go into it this way and it still works. Yeah, great. Let's have a little look. I'm going to just change the... I'm going to get the sun up into the sky a bit more. I think from what I've seen video-wise and as I say through Simon Wilson's video, I think the color tones, I think the ground section definitely fantastic with the dust and the the ground seeping over to the tarmac. Just have a little look at what the night lighting looks like. I mean, yeah, as you can see, it's just gonna be some bits of artificial light from the airport. I think possibly that might be a Coober Pedy around there. Looks lovely. It looks really nice. I think from what I've seen so far with the airports, they've done a brilliant job. The trailer for this world update, the points of interest look great as well. Some sort of fenced off area with some transformers and other bits and bobs. Aerials and electric lines, and yeah, it's very well done. I mean, just to give you a bit of much of an idea, this is how remote it is. Looks like they've mapped some of the road in. They've put some of the road texture in all the way up to the junction there, and it is just a road coming to the airport. There's actually 2 runways. And the whole thing has got a perimeter fence around it to lock it in. I mean, it's surprising that it's got a perimeter fence. Maybe it is some kind of law, but I know some airfields out in the US are just open. You know, I'm gonna guess, and I could be wrong, and maybe Gaya Simulations will at some point, maybe at one point, see the video. But it looks to me like maybe the runway textures, the ground textures, are just the default 2024 ones, because that was such a big thing for the new SDK to have these new ground textures in there for developers to take advantage of. Yeah, nice. Again, nice collection of rocks. These might be part of the just the default scenery. Some foliage being put in there, but again, overall, you know, if this is an airport, if you want to, let's have a little look, because I'm curious to see what we're looking at in terms of the ground traffic. So they use Rex using the Saab 340 from Adelaide, and it looks like, oh, they actually have a few more. Oh no, these are just general aviation aircraft. Some flights from Brisbane on a Cessna 406. I think that's a Caravan, isn't it? PC-12 from Adelaide, but it's Rex from Adelaide. For Oswald updates, okay, Kevin, we need some sand here and some there, and then a bit more. Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, yeah. Until you get to some more you'll see with Broome Island, it's bit more, yeah, a slight bit more rural. Sorry, urban. Where are we going next? Let's have a little look. This is going in terms of size, and that's not much bigger than what we've seen just before. Next one is Bathurst. It could be Bathurst, it could be Bathurst. Serving the central tablelands, it supports regular regional turboprops and flight training. So let's have a little look, because I think once we get to the bigger ones, we're going to be spending a bit more time in those. This is Yankee. Have I missed any out? No, I haven't. Yankee Bravo Tango Hotel. This is over in between. Is that in between Melbourne and Sydney? Is it? No, it's not. It's just north of that. Yeah, just west of Sydney. So might be a nice one for a bit of a regional hop to Sydney. What did I say this was? Doesn't look like it's serving any noticeable airlines. It does look more general aviation. Let's have a little look. Definitely larger in scale. We've got more things going on here. Let's have a little look. A lot more spaces for your aircraft as well. And then I think it's Broome Island, Broome International rather, and then it's the Royal Australian Air Force base, which I'm still pretty. No need to be sorry, Andrew. I understand. It's yeah. I mean, until you get somewhere like this where it's well, a lot more greener. You know, this is by Sydney, so I mean, it looks great. It really does. I think the static aircraft included really bring it alive just straight off the bat, you know. Definitely going to need a drone camera for this. Let's have a little look. Oh, I looked at this one a little earlier. They have a racetrack modelled a bit too. Oh, nice. Okay. Let's have a little look. Yes. Okay. Well, there's a lot here, isn't there? A little bit of a spotter zone for the aviation enthusiasts over in Bathurst. Come and watch some GA stuff taking off. Which I tell you, does have its allure. I try to get over to Barton in Manchester as much as I can, and it is great to see the GA stuff because Barton does get a lot of military helicopters as well. So you can be in Barton and suddenly 2 Apaches come in, which happened to me. Australian Air Force Cadets hangar as well. Interesting. Let's have a little look. What have we got on the surroundings? So we've got a modelled road up and along. I'm gonna say the ground satellite imagery here is a bit it's terrible. There's no other way to say that. I mean, they've tried to put in some of the street lights, I've noticed as well. Anyway, we will continue. Some autogen stuff here. Yeah, the satellite imagery around here isn't the very best, in my opinion. It's yeah, it's, and also you can visibly see where they've maybe possibly try to use some ground texturing for the airport and not kind of let this surrounding area bleed through. Also, this taxiway looks a bit weird. It's like it was that. So that is probably the racetrack you're going on about, mate. Maybe. I don't know. It's kind of, yeah. But then the airport kind of disappears here. Which I'm assuming is exactly what it looks like. I'm not disputing that. It's exactly what it looks like. Oh no, that's not a racetrack. That's just a bit of land, a bit of like not farmland, but yeah, agricultural maybe. Let's just see if there's anything else. From what it looks like over on Google Maps anyway. So this is kind of where they've started modeling things. Some custom builder models. I think these, you can see there's a bit of an auto-gen building in there, which just looks weird that they've put these utility buildings in, and then that's just there. But it's probably, it might be a farm. I don't know. No, it's not near the airport. You have to go to the... Oh, right, okay. Oh, you have to go back to the map. Sorry, mate. Sorry. still looks fantastic. I still think the quality of the models and the textures look great. It looks like they have put some maybe possibly custom trees in here to make them all line up. Everything's fenced off and, you know, restricted as it should be. Lots going on though. I said again that there's no concern with the level of object detail in this. Bathurst Aerodrome, lovely little entrance, brickwork. Lots of fence and gates and all of the custom hangars in there. Love to see it. It's very nicely done. If you're a GA flyer and you want some new locations to fly, then I think you've definitely got them with this update. Yeah, more ground clutter, and performance from what I've seen so far has been really good. Variation of the hangars, there's nothing really repeated. I can't see the same hangar done twice. It's they all look authentic. It's good to see the static aircraft in this, because I think it could have easily been left out. But I still think with the level of detail, the actual ground clutter here, the number of objects, you know, you got cones, some fence posts, bins and pallets. They've tried to fill in as much without, you know, just putting vehicles there to bridge the gap and put something in there when it doesn't need to be. It's a little quad bike as well there. Is that little, yeah. I mean, I've mentioned this on previous live streams. I feel like these vehicle models were, I don't know, meant for something else. I honestly think that these vehicle models were supposed to maybe be used. I don't know what the plan was. I know we've got some drivable vehicles with the cross cart and the Juice Goose, and those particular drivable vehicles, some people like them, some people don't. They work as intended. It feels like maybe along the line, or maybe some plans in the future have... Look at that. Sorry, I'm cutting myself off. I mean, the texture of that wall is fantastic. Yeah, I feel like somewhere along the line, or somewhere going into the future, they might... What are you doing, mate? Sorry, I keep on seeing things and they call me off. What are you doing? I'll just leave you there, mate. Yeah, whatever floats your boat. Anyway, I'll try and get my words out. I think somewhere along the line, or in the future, maybe drivable vehicles were supposed to potentially be a thing, and maybe not for flight sim, maybe for some other thing. You know, introducing walk around mode people really haven't been using it for walk around mode. They've been using it to explore the sceneries and stuff like that. So I don't know. Microsoft Transport Simulator, Microsoft World Simulator, I don't know. Again, the boats seem to work very well for the you know, couple of developers that create these boats. And I think they work really well. Do you know what? The boats, because they're in the water and you don't have to drive down some of the roads which don't look perfect, it looks stunning, and it is pretty cool to do it. I don't mind admitting that. I think some of the boats are fantastic. But yeah, I mean, looking at this, the ground texturing is so good. What you would expect, the heat getting to this tarmac over the years or over the course of a day. This you know, accessibility wheelchair parking is painted blue, and it looks weathered and dirty. It is very, very nice. Let's see what we've got here. we have got a little bit of a terminal as well. Lovely stuff, Gaya Simulations. Well done. Oh, that. Someone's left a bag. That would be a security risk, you know. And then again, yeah, you know, there's an interior, a very nicely modelled interior, some marble floors going into carpet. You know, listen, you know, things are reused, screens and signage. We've seen a couple of them. All the computers are the same, but you know what? I don't mind. I think the quality of it is pretty good. Have we got a synced up time? This is something you only really, if this is a synced up time, that's something you only really see on. Funnily enough, it was actually at 1 o'clock, but it's not moving. 3D snacks, and you know what's funny as well? It's not full. You know, it's got things missing in it. Air chips, crunchy sticks, cool bubble, I guess, violet rush. It's like GTA brands, but worse. Bit of a glitch through on the fence there, sadly, but I'm not too sure where that fence is actually coming from. Is it that fence there? Yeah, I think they've got a bit of collision on the wall there. But again, it's all free, you know. Don't have to pay a penny for any of this. Let's have a little look. Look at this little Aero Club. So no interior to that, but it is what it is. We are being spoiled with them, and again, like I say, Kev, it's. I think they easily could have asked for money for these world updates, because again, they know that, you know, not everyone is going to fly in these world updates. They're not being used all the time. You know, some people don't fly in Australia. Some people fly exclusively to certain countries. Some people like a bit of variety. So, you know, they could have said, listen, these world updates, we'll sell them a tenner a go, you know. £10 each one if you want them, you know, there it is, it's a tenner. I think they could have. I think, you know, I think other developers could have, you know, and I think other developers would have. But, you know, behind, you know, regardless of issues which happen, things are broken, things are fixed, things are then fixed and then broken in the process. God, if you've been doing any kind of simulation games or video games for the past 20, 30 years, it happens. You start introducing more complex things. You know, you start introducing stream-only platforms like Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 and stuff, but we do get a lot of things free. That's all I'm going to say, and the quality of it's fantastic as well. Stop giving them any ideas. Yeah, I know. I mean, they're not going to listen to me, mate, and say and say, oh yeah, practically Geek's made a good point. We should have been charging for this all the time. No, I know, yeah, but no, yeah, they give us a lot for free. That's all I'm trying to say. And sometimes they do like to throw in some free things because they've made some mistakes, but I can't say that for me I've had an awful lot of crash into desktop that makes me want to just get rid of the sim, you know, where it's just like, yeah, I can't be bothered with this anymore. It's not enjoyable. It certainly is enjoyable. I mean, look at me. I didn't think that flying airliners was ever going to be a thing for me, but yeah, it is. You know, there's another site on here, iFly Schedules. I've never known about it. and it's fantastic way to find flights. Routes, you can find the shortest route by a particular aircraft. It's very knowledgeable and very cool. So I'm having a look at. I was actually flying the A350 last night. I know. Still don't want to do long haul. I haven't got the patience. But it looks nice, and it was nice to fly. The flight computer, the FMC, is just compared to the A320 family or the A330, A340, it's certainly a step up. Let's have a little look at the night lighting before we carry on. And again, lovely. A lot of this one obviously a bit more urban, I guess, the surroundings. You've got a lot more light leakage into the atmosphere, but got like a nice color palette of lighting. You know, you got your cooler hues and you know, your orangey, more amber lighting. Yeah, pretty nice. Don't think this has got any. Yeah, we've got some taxiway and runway lighting, but I don't know if there's any night operations in this. But you know, potentially you could do if you needed to. Pretty nice. Let's have a little look at the terminal. It doesn't. I would say terminal, but it's a bit dark. But again, I can't imagine this is a particular, you know, this is a regional airport that's going to see a lot of night operations, if any at all. Oh, finally someone showing us the airport. I mean, this is it, mate. And another reason why I wanted to do this live stream, or at least a video for people afterwards to watch, is the fact that they add these world updates. They add in 4 or 5, 5 or 6 airports. And the trailer shows the points of interest. I've noticed you do get to see the airports very briefly, and then maybe others might stream 1 or 2 airports if they're doing a route between the two. Lovely lighting there coming up, illuminating the airport. You can see there's lovely actual reflections coming off these vehicle models as well. So, yeah, I mean, we're getting through them. I didn't think I'd be getting through them this quick. I mean, we still have 2 more, and these will be a lot bigger. This next one is, I think, is it Broome? No, actually, to tell you what, we've got another 3. Sorry, we've only done. Hang on, is there 7 or 6? 1, 2, 3. No, there's 6. I'm counting them wrong. So we actually have Broken Hill. This one I can't. I'm not too sure. Let's have a little look. I haven't seen any of these apart from Broome International. Again, there will be some pronunciation that's done wrong, so I apologize. Broken Hill, Yankee Bravo Hotel India. Not too far from where we were actually. Still over on the southeast. Got a lot of a lot of homes around this area. A vital hub for the flying doctor service, regional Dash 8 services. Shame we haven't got a Dash 8 on the actual sim. It features 2 sealed runways, placing it firmly in the middle of the list. Sealed, I'm not too sure what they mean by sealed. And I don't think it has got 2 runways. Quite a lengthy one, that one. Does this get anything? Let's have a little look. So you got Rex operating the Saab 340, looks like, and Qantas using the Dash 8. Adelaide, Sydney, Adelaide. Dumbo. I didn't know there was a place called Dumbo. But yeah, Rex 340s and Qantas Dash 8s. Spot on. Let's have a little look at this one. Where can we stick you, lovely 172? Let me stick you over there. Have a little look. Yeah, long haul wasn't for me. Even one Friday night I did Heathrow to Dubai. Then I got... Right, okay. Yeah, I mean, do you know what? I'm looking at some of these wide bodies on the shortest routes. Heathrow to Madrid, Iberia use the A350, but the list mainly is over in Japan. Over in Asia, they use a lot of wide bodies for shorter routes, 1 hour, 45, 2-hour flights. Let's have a little look at this now. Again, we're heading back out into sort of the wilderness. You can see some hills and greenery still, but we've got that lovely orange floor. Let's disable this camera so we can actually use the drone camera. Need to figure out how I can use the drone camera with chase plane enabled. Right. Up and at 'em. Oh. Is that a point of interest over there that they've added in? So this is located by this massive, huge, just residential area. It's pretty mad. Let's have a little look at this on the maps. So Broken Hill. This is just this massive, big residential, like weird mini city sort of. Yeah, and then there's a quarry in the middle. Has it been purpose built for the quarry? Because there's a few round here, isn't there? I can pick out a few quarries there. So as a guess, complete guess, it's potentially being made for people who work at those quarries. That isn't a point of interest, I don't think. No, it's just a bit of an auto-gen. I am curious to what that is, though. That is possibly something to do with the reservoir or water, because I can't really see it on flight radar. Anyway, let's have a look at the airports. Oh, they've put a Qantas Dash 8 in there. Nice. Starting on the outskirts of the airport. A little bit of a maintenance area, something like that. Again, can't complain about the number of objects in the ground clutter. Gaya Simulations have got it spot on with the detail in this airport, and it does make a difference. You can see if there's an airport being handcrafted payware without any clutter, it does take the immersion down. And I've seen a few paywares like that recently where everything looks really nice. You know, modeling's done to a great standard, but there's just nothing about. There's some car models and stuff. You know, there's a little table and bin there. There's some cars parked here. Some seating there with some bins as well. I've got what looks like a squished Twin Otter. Maybe not a Twin Otter, I don't know, but it you know, they've got a oh, we are talking about the flying doctor service, and that is all readable. This is a fox moth. No, that's a fox moth, I think. That's not. That looks like a little Twin Otter. I mean, look at the actual texture and on the frame around it. And I'm all the way in here, you know. You know, for a handcrafted airport given as a freebie to a world update, you know, you can't really ask for more. I mean, you shouldn't really be asking for more anyway. It is free. I don't know what that plane is. Oh, hang on. Show me. Is it a real? Oh, it is. It's a... It is. It looks exactly like that. It's... I'm not... I don't know that aircraft. I feel like I'm quite a good aviation enthusiast. It's a Nomad. It's a N22 Nomad. And the only picture of this is obviously... The picture literally looks exactly like what I'm seeing right now. It's pretty weird. It's really cool. Fair play to Gaya Simulations. They definitely have an eye for detail, and I don't know how much time they've put into the reference material for this, but it's marvelous. Fair play to them. Let's just head back to where we were because I feel like I'm a bit erratic with the camera. Got an interior in the main terminal by the looks of it. Again. This, I mean, whatever way you look at it, this is payware quality. It is. Again, not giving you ideas, Microsoft, but you know, you could have even sold these as a separate product if you really wanted to. I don't know, but very, very nicely done. Can't complain at all. I mean, I don't, again, anyone who is complaining, it's all free. Bit of an open gate there. Love to see some variation on the gates, and quality's just really, really not bad. Not bad at all. Would I do any flying out here? Maybe the likes of Broome International does have A320, A319 operations. I think it does the Perth flight. It does the Perth to Broome international flight, which is operated by Qantas Link. And Virgin Australia do that flight as well. Look at that. And look at the terminal design. I don't know what kind of architecture you would call it, but little turnstile here. Look at that. Solar panel. I'll come back to the terminal. Love to see the static aircraft also included in these airports. This will be the closest we'll get to a Dash 8 in the sim. Oh, Majestic, where are you? Because that is one plane I would love to learn to fly. The Dash 8 in the sim. Did we actually ever get the avionics and aircraft update yesterday? We were supposed to. Did we ever actually get it in the end? I don't think we did we? I tell you what. It's not even the fact that it's really, really full of objects and densely populated. It's the actual quality of the buildings. Like, you know, it's... I can only think like, oh yeah, okay, there's the handcrafted airports, they're going to be a certain standard. They're not going to be payware quality, but they are. I mean, you know, if you're doing flying in Australia, this update is just... I hope we get another UK one. I really hope we do get another UK one. Others will disagree. I think others from around the world would say, yeah, but my country ain't been done yet. I always like to say, listen, they're not going to do a world update unless they've got enough data, enough references. They're not going to just make an update for the sake of it, because again, it doesn't matter how many people ask for a certain country to be done. They've got to have enough to make it worthwhile. But again, it's free, so and yeah, there doesn't seem to be sort of any kind of oh yeah, there's actually surrounding fences to the airport. Wow, okay. You know me, always like to look for me surrounding fence. Is undoubtedly British so ugly? I mean, yeah, you only have to come to Britain to see us. We do have some certain looking individuals. It's a look, yeah, they've done very well. It's although you'd get a few taxiways in there, guys. Come on, you'd get, you know, you'd get some. You'd definitely fit some taxiways in there, but I'm assuming they don't really need one, and it would not be cheap. I don't think they're busy enough. Looks like they did have another, maybe even another runway there at one point. I don't know. Got a little small one for the GA stuff. That one looks like it's sort of part gravel, part asphalt. Let's have a little look inside. Loads of sort of authentic signs and statues and things. I'm sure there's a meaning behind all of it. I just can't quite describe it, that's all. I mean, look at that. Massive thank you to Microsoft and Gaya Simulations. I don't think enough people say thank you, even if you're not intending to fly here. There's always room to... Oh, we can't go in there, can we? Oh, well. Just have to use developer camera. Oh, Brian loves good fencing. I always have, mate. Go back to my earlier ones. It's not just a new thing. Yeah. The only thing you can't do with the drone camera is change the speed of it. So, unfortunately, guys, I'm going to have to just be very subtle on the controls. But sorry, not drone, the developer camera. So, developer camera will let me go inside here without hitting the collision. I mean, wow. How do they do security at this airport? Is it because it's domestic and technically you'd just be taken on... I don't know. How... I'm assuming it is because it's that small and domestic. There's no need for... Surely they'd still have to scan bags. There's still... In these small airports, there's still scanners to maybe, I don't know. Nicely done, though. Really cool to see. Let's have a little look at the night lighting. Yeah, interior lighting looks fine. I would say that these spotlights definitely are based off 2024 lighting. This looks old. This looks like 2020. I'm not sure on how these world updates work. Is this just native to 2024 or is it 2020 as well? Because it would make sense if it's just built on 2020. It's just the night lighting does look nice. It just those particular lights don't look like they've come from 2024. That's all. I'd also would have thought the aircraft would be lit up. There'd be some kind of lights hitting it. It's nice. Again, very, very detailed for the free airport. Again, definitely payware quality. There's no doubt you are getting some really quality scenery for zero. Guess the domestic flights and aircraft even pressurized, so no real risk. Yeah, good point, Andrew. They're not going above, what is it, 20? Is it 20,000? 10,000? 15? Just throwing out numbers at that point there, so it's a good point, yeah. Fantastic. Lovely, lovely stuff. We've got 2 more to go. I did want to show you guys the some of the points of interest as well. I don't want to break this by not popping that camera back. We are going to... Now we're going to Broome. This is Broome International. So runway size is pretty much another 1,000 foot, 2,000 foot even. Yankee Bravo Romeo Mike over on... I need to get a proper keyboard holder, man. This is on the other side. This is northwest. Just north of, well, not north of Perth, but yeah, if you run a line down, you will get to Perth. Fantastic location. The water masking and the rivers here coming off the coast look fantastic. This is the only airport I've actually loaded into, but it was only to get the thumbnail. I haven't had a good look around this, and it's quite a large airport as well. Not the biggest. The RAF base seems to be, not the RAF, the RAAF is the biggest, and I am curious to see that because we don't get very many military payware quality airports in the sim. Freeware community doing fantastic work with the freeware military stuff, but we don't see it happen. Very, very curious to why they chose a military base and how they've been able to get any kind of reference material, because that is the biggest reason that we don't get a lot of military stuff, is because it's not like developers can just rock up at a military base and go, yeah, we're going to make a really detailed version of your base, can we come in please? Maybe Australian Air Force bases, they're just like, yeah, come in, mate. I was going to do an Australian accent there, but I was like, no, I'm not going to. Don't want to embarrass myself as more than I usually do. So this is Broome. I'm assuming that's how you say it. Again, absolutely love the ground texture work. Look at this. Ooh, frog in my throat. So this has got a bit of everything. It's got your orange floor, it's got your orange dust and sand, it's got your green, and it's got your coast. I'll just show you that river, the sort of the inlets and the winding rivers here. Look at this. Now that is an approach, isn't it? but you still got that really flat landscape out into the distance. No hills, no mountains, nothing. Look at that. And that is my daughter screaming. Right, so basically your airliners are going to be over here at the terminal. Couple of helicopters here as well. It's a nice turn out, a nice turn up. Lovely again, runway texture is great. The LODs, the level of the LODs that we're seeing here are really nice. You can pick out all the cars still. I know we're not really high, but you can still pick out all the cars and some of the foliage. So you can still pick some of the smaller objects out as well. All of the static aircraft look visible as well. Some road textures being done. Actually, they've done the whole of this junction, which makes sense because it's right on your approach. I'll be honest, I think I'm going to have to do a flight from here or to here. I'm going to have to grab myself a nice Perth airport scenery, which I'm not too sure who does one. Orbex might do one. But yeah, I love the fact that Gaya Simulations have looked at that and went, well, that is on the approach, so we are going to custom model that. Fair play. Some terraforming, landscaping around the edge. This kind of, I don't know, is it dried up maybe? Is it intentional? But there's a bit of a drainage maybe. Again, nicely. Oh, hang on. No, it's there, yeah. Possibly something to do with drainage, I don't know, but it's been modelled in and it looks nice. Thanks everyone for coming in. I know this was a bit last minute. I only put this up today in the middle of the day, but I didn't really want to do it Friday. I think by Friday, generally everyone has been in and had a little look, and for the people who are interested in this update, it's free. You're under no sort of obligation to go and buy it to experience it. If you don't like it, you can just disable it. Thanks to 2024, you're not really installing it anymore, are you? You're just activating the package. I think you can install it if you like. I think Sim Update 4 gives us that ability to install things. Still not entirely sure what you can install, but I think it's the likes of aircraft, certain sceneries. But yeah, what I'm seeing now is I'm seeing Gaya Simulations have really upped the game, and I think even these rocks here, these look like this lovely, what did he call it, displacement mapping that they brought into 2024. I think this is 3D. Yeah, it's 3D. They definitely upped the game. I think if you go back to the world updates when they first started partnering with Microsoft, they were okay, but certainly not to this level. I mean, look at that. I mean, I'll be honest with you, if that's what it looks like in real life, they've just messed it up. The sign should be in front of that. I know it's there, but you know what I'm like, guys. I'm a sucker for the details, but just very. I am sorry that I use the same terminology quite a lot. I think I have got a certain level of words, a certain amount of vocabulary, but it's very dense, isn't it? It must be some drainage. Maybe the airport does suffer from flooding, but they've got it nicely done. They've terraformed, I think is the word. They've landscaped it in, and every single bit of airport, down from the first airport we looked at, everyone has followed the same standard. Even this little, I don't know if it's a bus stop or something. Look at that. Whoa, hang on. I've seen this before. This was in a... Okay, so it wasn't anything to do. This must be something that is in the SDK or the scenery editor. I've seen this. This was in the California one. Backwood Studios airport that I looked at recently in California. Sutter Boots. This picture was on the wall, and I was thinking that maybe a little clue to what they were doing next, but it's not. It's just a default picture that developers can use. Anyone know what that is, where that is? Because it's not here. I wonder if good old AI can tell us. I mean, it's not the greatest quality, but we'll have a little look. Let's just use Gemini and see if it knows. I'm gonna say no. Just from the me, I've taken it off my screen. Mickey, good to see you. Just had a Chinook over Liverpool Airport. No way. Cloud Strider, thanks for the information, mate. It's actually 17 gig download for 2020. Doesn't surprise me at all. And if it is available for 2020, then the lighting system makes sense, because there's definitely glimpses of it not being 2024 lighting. You can see the difference with 2024 lighting. You definitely can. What airport is this? If that gets it, then I'm gonna be surprised. I couldn't hear the Chinook, but I have got the headphones in, so but you can usually hear the Chinooks quite prominently. Where did it go? Oh, it went through on an approach. Isle of Man. It came through the Mackle Loop by the looks of it. It went over Anglesey and did a low-level pass over the airport. Funnily enough, not actually shown as a Chinook on the flight radar, which it sometimes has. Yeah, I wouldn't have heard that anyway. Let's have a little look and see if Gemini, based on the aerial layout and the distinct arrangements, that is Kruger Airport in Saskatchewan, Canada. Hey, I tell you what, if you've got that right, Gemini, from that really poor quality picture, then you're a legend. Let's have a little look and see if that is actually... Someone might have said that on the live streams, you know. No, that's the wrong airport. That's not Canada. That's Botswana. So, no. Sorry, guys. This has taken a bit of a turn. CSN2. No, I'm going to say that is not, because it's coming up as... I don't think Gemini knows what that is, to be honest. I'm not going to... Yeah, the airport map was in the little office in the in a recent live stream that we saw, so It definitely isn't, and now Backward Studios are probably thinking, what the hell is he going on about? I'm really, really curious now. I really am. I am very curious. There's definitely... No, I've got a feeling that Gemini's got a bit mixed up there. Because there is no airport named Kruger Airport in Saskatchewan, Canada. So, yeah. Anyone want a task on trying to find what that is? Be my guest, because I'm going to have to try and find it maybe another time and not in the middle of a live stream. Sorry, guys. You know what I'm like. Let's continue around the airport. We'll go round in an anti-clockwise direction this time. I love that they put some static helicopters in there, and I do love that every airport we've looked at in this live stream and for the updates has got static aircraft, albeit with people sitting in every one of them, just sitting there. But definitely can't deny the detail Gaya Simulations have put in here. It's very nicely not, you know, I don't think it's just a basic job. It's everything's got its place, and the texture work on the buildings. Again, it's not we talk about the flat buildings with nothing on them. There's cameras, there's aircon units, antennas and lights. These little bus stops going around the airport as well. It's pretty cool. Loads of apron lights as well. There's quite a few aprons at the airport. This is the kind of the GA side. Lots of different... Oh, look at this. Charter aircraft base. Some tables and chairs, maybe a cafe outside. Some of the same hangar model, like I'm only assuming that these are what's here, because everything does look custom modeled. We've even got some business names: Air Kimberley, Flying Australia Northwest. I don't know if that's a hangar. I don't know what you're fitting in there. Little 152 maybe, I don't know. More little cafes and patios and decks to be sitting on in the blazing heat of Australia, I should imagine, because that's really all I can... That sounds horrible. That's all I can think about when I think of Australia. Obviously, I can think of a lot of things like spiders and snakes, but yeah. Most of the time when I load into Australia, the live weather is always just insanely warm. Just this isn't at the minute. It's just on a custom clear skies preset, just while we have a look around. But yeah, I've been to Australia for my channel quite a few times over the years. Obviously, we've worked with Impulse Simulations quite a few times. Fire station. This is pretty cool. I love the black and red of this sort of. I don't know if this is the control tower, I think it is. I know that's a silly thing. You're probably thinking, yeah, that's a control tower, Brian, obviously. But I don't know if it's anything to do with the actual fire department. Sometimes I think in large airports, the fire stations do have their own little sort of tower. But again, very nicely done. The models of the fire engines, they haven't got any kind of authentic branding on them. But again, these have definitely been introduced with the 2024, like the car models. They're just so deep. Look, I mean, like, you tell me that these car models weren't intended to be used in some way. I don't believe it. Little basketball hoop for the Aussie firefighters to have a game of basketball. And again, the landside areas to these sceneries, they're just very detailed. There's nothing else really I can say. They've done a brilliant job to do every single point of these airports. No people models. This is the only thing we have noticed. That's the only thing I've noticed straight off, is that there's no people models. There was that guy in the tree, but I don't quite understand that. There's no people models. I hope that Gaya Simulations do include people models in their own sceneries. But yeah, that's what I've noticed. There's no... Which is a bit weird, because there is a lot of animated people models in the scenery editor for 2024. And they're very, very good as well. I know I've been told from various developers they're quite resource heavy, so maybe Gaya Simulations have thought there's no point, because performance with these is really good in these sceneries. Really nice. This is the Royal Flying Hospital, or Doctor, sorry. This is their hangar. But I mean, they could have put some animated people in. Some of the default ones, because again, they are really good. The animations are really, smooth and well done. Some of them are drinking and walking about. So I've seen some freewares and some payware use the animated models, the Asobo ones, and they're really, really well done. And if you use a few of them, they're not going to tank performance. Random planes sitting off here. Maybe it's I don't know. It's park where you want. Lovely approaches into this airport, though. Blue water on each side. Sand and beaches. The runway texture in here is really cool. Patches of different asphalt and concrete and marks and wear and tear. The picture behind the bench, I believe, is... Oh, really? Okay. Nice. So we did have people go off investigate. So that is actually where we were before. Just south of where we were before, by Sydney. I don't think it is, mate. No. No, it's not. Yankee Tango Mike uniform. No, it's not, mate. But I can see where you might have thought it was, but no, it's not. This looks like it's surrounded by forest, and there's taxiways going all around the sort of outside of the main runway as well. I'd like to find it though. Now that it's popped up on two different sceneries. Righty. It's probably something to do with Microsoft and I don't know, some kind of legendary airport that was in the older flight sims back in the day, maybe. This is pretty cool. So there's some kind of recreational fields here. There's actually, are they tennis? They could be squash. I'm not too sure, but you can see that these aren't custom buildings. These are actually autogen buildings around here, but they have included some of the courts, the playing courts there. And it's just good management when it comes to scenery development, I think, by Gaya Simulations, thinking, do we have to really go and make another building? But the level of custom buildings, I mean, look at this. I don't think this is part of the airport. In fact, I don't think it is at all. Let me have a little look and see if we can find out what that is. It's definitely on the outskirts of the airport. That is Woolworths. It's a shopping centre. That isn't Woolworths, as in the UK Woolworths, is it? Surely not. It's just it's the same name. No, it looks like an actual food shop. This is a shopping centre. It does look like one, but I did see it when I first loaded into this to get the thumbnail, what it might be. Asian noodle inside there as well. We've got a Broome pharmacy. This is the Boulevard Shopping Centre. Opens at 9 AM if anyone's interested. But yeah, there you go. Fully modelled Broome Boulevard Shopping Centre for... It's actually got collision on the roofs there as well. I mean, Gaya Simulations, guys, I would have expected an interior with the full shopping centre in there, like, but... Fantastic, and it looks exactly like it. The pictures look... Some things have been left out, the authentic signs for it, but listen, the fact that they've actually modelled it in there, but it is close. It is very close to the airport, and again, road textures are done a bit. And then all the way back around, we come to the kind of the main apron, the main terminal. Fuel farm, not farms, but fuel section of the airport. All the tanks and trucks are there, and yeah, you got these steps out into the bush here. Steps there, bins, cars. Hey, I tell you what, if you're excited about Corfu, then get even more excited, because I think Gaya Simulations are going to give us a very, very good rendition of Corfu when that arrives. I know I am. It definitely is on my list to look at for you guys. And some full flights there. I think I'm going to look forward to do some Airbus flights into there. I'm very, very impressed with the apron, taxiway, runway textures in this airport. They've all been great, but this one in particular, they've done a fantastic job. Dash 8-300. If you want some dash aircraft to go and fly, I can fully... No, I can't even lie. I can't even pretend. I was going to say I can fully recommend the new virtual coal dash aircraft. Can't stay with a straight face. But if you really want some fine study level aircraft, then go and get some scenery aircraft. I think Microsoft were hinting, or from what I was watching anyway in that development stream, they were hinting at weeding out some of the bad eggs. Or was I completely wrong? Was I getting the wrong signals there? Because I think from various developers over the years I've spoke to, whether that's one-man groups to 5 groups to 20 in a team, they are frustrated when, you know, poorly rated, you know, almost borderline on a joke type products are being added to the official marketplace and being approved, and there's developers with legitimate high quality products wanting to be on there, and they're getting rejected for some reason. This looks fantastic. Look at this. I think all this is custom foliage. The silly detail in the wood. I need to find out what that airport is. Not this airport, the airport on the picture. I am sorry that my brain's just gone to that, but ground section here is amazing. Look at this. Scenery. I can't, mate. I can't. You know, I'm even me who admittedly doesn't buy stuff off the marketplace. I like to try. It's hard when developers only make it available in the official marketplace, but I always like to try to buy the product directly from the developer if possible. I know most developers now are affiliated with different stores, Contrail, SimMarket, etc. But it annoys me. It annoys me to see in the marketplace when I go on there to just have a little browse that there's just, yeah. And the annoyance comes from a few things, but like I said before, developers with legitimate sceneries and products that are getting rejected, and it does happen. They're getting rejected. The products are Microsoft are saying, no, there's no space for that. There's no need for that. But also as well, it's the newcomers to the flight sim, people who are having their first taste of flight simming, and they're into aviation possibly, and they have a look and see Scenery putting out a 737. They're like, oh yes, I can buy that. I can't buy anything else. You know, I can't buy certain. I mean, Phoenix aren't on the marketplace. I know it does. It has a software running in the background and stuff, but they're seeing the price as well, and they're going. And if they're not educated in it, then they're going to buy it. They're going to look at the reviews, which most of them are probably fake anyway, and they're going to go and buy it and find out that it's bad, and then they're going to lose faith in the simulator. So Microsoft, you're shooting yourself in the foot, essentially. You're selling products that are going out, people are judging that product, and then they're judging the simulator, and then they're judging the marketplace, and they're only coming back to you. So anyway, thank you for this. Thanks for this. This is fantastic. All the cars and the buses and everything's just got its place. Like I said before, densely populated. Nothing. I mean, it's just a lack of people for me, which is bad because they do have people models in there for for developers to use. you know, it's payware, isn't it? It's if I'd have bought any of these sceneries, I wouldn't be disappointed. All the vehicles are just really detailed as well. Look at them. They've all got actual interiors to them. They've got collision as well, which is again another bit of thinking, a bit of suspicion on things. Is that why have they got collision? It means the avatar is going to either be able to step on it or not glitch through it, like planes. The planes have got collision on them. See, look, you know, there's bags and there's suitcases and stuff, you know, there's no one near it. You just need some, just even if you're doing this, put a person model there. I can't see it contributing a lot to the performance. Because performance has been great. In fact, my performance on my system's been terrible recently, but these sceneries are very well optimized, but still very detailed, still very, very full of objects. There's so many. Everything's got collision on as well. Like, it also takes time and effort to put collision on those objects, so your avatar can't walk through them. Like, that is like displacement mapping on the rocks there, so there's an actual 3D effect on there. I should have been taking screenshots of these sceneries. Fantastic, fantastic. Let me know in the comments and in the live chat what you're thinking of these. You know, when you start playing with the light as well, you start seeing just how good the lighting system is when it's hitting these models and textures and stuff. Bit of popping in with the textures there. Me saying, look how good the textures are, and then look at that. I mean, I can't quite, I can see an aircraft, but it's almost like it's an AI generated image. Is that an actual aircraft? G, which is a UK one. A Bristol Tourer. Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see it. But it looks like an AI generated bit of artwork. But again, it's very, very nice. If it is, it is. Again, full terminal check-in area. Let's flick it to the night lighting. Lovely stuff. Very, very intricate. Very well done, Gaya Simulations. A good way to show people, because I know M Simulations. Who's M Simulations? M Scenery. It's M Scenery's other half. I know Gaya Simulations. I've probably said M Simulations before for them. Sorry guys, my head's gone. I know Gaya Simulations have done their own products before. They're no stranger, you know, but I think this just gives people just a great idea of what to expect when they start bringing out their start doing their own stuff again. Corfu and everything else that they're going to be doing. Collision in there, so there's collision on the roof, so we can't really go any further, but I think we get the picture. The arrivals hall's got the belt, it's got the screens and stuff. Might be able to possibly walk up these stairs. Yeah, it looks like the stairs have got collision on them as well. You know, and as I say, that also takes a bit of development time, putting markers on these walls so the avatar can't walk through them. There doesn't seem to be... Oh, hang on, we've got more here. So it's not like you can't walk through the airport like you can on these newer, well, payware sceneries. A bit of a outdoor patio area, definitely where I'd be. Lovely stuff indeed. I love these really dense. Like, I've seen these before. I've seen these again, collision on there as well. These look like 24 lights. These look like 2024 lighting. Like that is what I expect to see on native 2024 airports. These are usually spinning though. I've seen these being used before. In fact, they're not even connected to anything. They're just floating. Hey, it is what it is. I'm not bothered about that. The airports are just too too detailed. I can't really say what they're just very. I mean, look at the ground texture in there. Look at the light of the apron light hitting the ground. Very nicely done. Right, guys, we've got one more to go, and I'll be honest with you, I don't even think we can have a look at these points of interest because, in fact, it's taken me longer to go through these airports than I originally thought. I knew there was 6, but I didn't think they would take that long. I am very, very curious about this one. Very curious to see what Gaya Simulations have done. This is the Royal Australian Air Force Tindal, Katherine, Tindal Airport, Yankee Papa Tango November. Mixed use, it's also got a general aviation side as well, just over here. And from the satellite imagery, or from the map view, again, it looks very detailed, very custom built, loading into these airports extremely quickly as well. Lots of static aircraft as well. And again, let's get the oh, what's it doing? Let's get the drone camera on. This is, when I say very Australian, this is kind of when I picture the outback. This is what I think of, is the orange ground with the textures, not the texture, like the trees and the bush and stuff like that. Large space, biggest airport by kind of mass, this one, not so much by passengers. This to me looks more, so not as dense with objects. This looks more of it's bigger in land mass. Got a that is a cargo apron over there, and we do have a lot of hangars over there. Let's look at the general aviation apron and buildings. This kind of old wooden metal sort of hut. No interior with this one, but I I don't expect to see any interiors in this because I wasn't really expecting to have a military. Oh, there's some collision on the roof. Yeah, I don't expect to see any interior. So if we do get any interior at all, yeah, it's quite fantastic if they've been able to map anything like that in this scenery. The sheer fact that we've got a military base in this detail is pretty cool. And also as well, if you are adapt to flying the A400, I'm pretty certain this is an A400 base, I think. Let's have a little look. See if we can see anything on Tindal Air Base. Let's have a little look and see if we can see any aircraft on the floor. Hang on, is that the same airport we're at? Yeah, it is. I can't see a sausage on Google Maps unless they've covered up some things, but I can't see any aircraft. No, can't even see it on the main sort of cargo apron. See if anyone's added any sneaky pictures. So there does seem to be like a little interior to some of the building, whether that's the general aviation building, I don't know. Not many pictures in there, so let's continue. So like I said before, I'm gonna guess from what I've seen, because I have actually been into the scenery editor. I watched a few videos and decided to do like a fictional little airfield that's actually on a field near to a motorway near where to I live, and it was you know, it had enough space to put like a little general aviation sized airstrip on there, and I thought, oh, that'll be quite cool. It starts getting really difficult and really pull your hair out type of thing when you start looking at putting buildings in and aprons. Putting a runway and a taxiway in's okay, but it starts getting a bit frustrating to put any more infrastructure in to a custom scenery. It's not hard. I think anyone could do it with just watching a few little tutorials on the on YouTube, and it's quite fun to a certain point. But all of what I'm seeing is a lot of those default items. This is the building I'm seeing on Google Maps right now, and yeah, I didn't think so. It is quite strange that they haven't put the interior onto it. It's a very small building, but again, I don't think we're gonna see any interiors on this one. Very nicely done though for the outside and the external modeling. But yeah, most of the models I'm seeing are default models that anyone can use if they're making their own scenery. The buildings, again, I'm seeing some of the hangars that can be used again, but they're all custom by Gaya Simulations. And those guys have obviously put everything together, and they're the ones that are placing the objects and they're doing the detailing, basically. And could also possibly be the people who are modeling those objects, and not anything to do with the Sobo. So, yeah. A very unique airport, especially sharing your space with military aircraft. What would be interesting is if they put any static aircraft in military-wise. They could put their own models, A400 and some other bits in there. Taxiway and runway and apron textures, lovely. The markings are great as well. This apron here looks to be extended. I think from what I'm seeing online, or at least the Google Maps images, this seems to be a lot bigger. It looks like it goes off all the way around there. But I wouldn't expect this to be outdated. I don't know. I'm also unsure what aircraft are used out here as well. We have got some military vehicles though, so that's a good start. Lovely stuff. For anyone re-watching as well, I mean, at this point you would have already seen, but I am going to spend some time and put some chapters in there so people can scroll through the airports, because I think in a video like this, it's a bit more easier to do that. A caravan sitting off in there in a military hangar. Some trucks and military jeeps as well. A prop. Nice little detail. I'm assuming this has got collision on it. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, well, apart from this, what looks like a VOR station, this is definitely one of the... This is the arresting hook, isn't it? Not the arresting hook. This would be the cable that is to stop the arresting hook on an aircraft. I think someone will correct me in the comments potentially, but I'm pretty certain this RAAF Valley's got it. Goes underground, and then I think aircraft, naval aircraft, I don't know, but I'm pretty certain that's a cable that stops the aircraft. But please correct me if I'm wrong, because that is a guess, and I think someone mentioned it on the RAAF Valley freeware video that RAAF Valley have got them as well. Is it a VOR station, maybe? Custom modelled. It looks like the surrounding road has been kind of mapped in. We've got a few buildings over that side. This is on the map, on the world map. There's a load of like aprons with their own hangars around. Perimeter fence, fantastic to see on this kind of sized airfield. But it is a very big space, so we'll go round anti-clockwise again, just in case we miss anything. But we have got some airport infrastructure there. Two ATC towers, or two towers at least, to have a look at. And yeah, it's interesting to see that one of the handcrafted default airports in World Update 21 that they wanted to do was a military base. From what I can see online as a selection of Aussie airports that are available for the sim payware and freeware, but payware mostly. Oh, hey. Okay, we have got quite a lot. You know, we've got all the main ones. I'm pretty sure that Sydney is a default airport we get in one of the versions of 2024. Interestingly, this doesn't look like a model that is included in the sim. So all the static aircraft we've seen look to be a model of one of the flyable aircraft. That's why they're so detailed. But this looks like it's been imported, and I haven't got a Scooby-Doo what that is. Sorry. I'm gonna hazard a guess that might be a Saab. Is it a Saab? One of the landing gears is. It's all quite 2D at the bottom, isn't it? It's not as detailed. Hopefully, you'll see some more wedge tails at Wellington. Potentially, but I actually don't have a clue what you're saying, mate. I won't lie. That went over my head. But yeah, this isn't the same quality of model as the other static aircraft. I can only think that maybe they wanted to put some authentic jets in here that are maybe that this airbase has. I couldn't find any information. I didn't really do much searching online. I only had a quick look to see if there's anything on Google Maps from the images to see if there's anything on there. Loads of look at this, loads of fencing around the outskirts. But you definitely want a lot of restricted zones in this. I mean, it's if we have a little look up, this is what I'm talking about. This is massive. Look, and looks like they've done everyone. I mean, if you look at it, if you consider it, all these hangars are going to be quite similar. There's going to be a lot of copy and paste in there. Lot of buildings going on here and over there. So. I mean, I don't know if it extends all the way out. There's loads going on here as well. Better get to it, Brian. Jesus. So let's have a little look. So, on first glance, I don't think there's anything in these. There's a little bit of landscaping done with the surrounding and to be very fair to Gaya Simulations, these are actually, they've landscaped this. This is the actual ground textures. This isn't a object. Like they haven't put a hill model onto the ground. Some developers do that and make it, tart it up to make it blend into the ground, but they've actually used a modeling tool. You can see that because of that. So that's quite nice. You can see a lot of that. Some trucks and jeeps and crates and machinery and storage containers all there. It looks great. Again the object density is up there and the performance is great. But again, there's just no aircraft, is there? They've stuck that one over there on its own. I don't mean that as a criticism at all. This is free, and I think it's fantastic for free. And I think even if you were to pay for any of these airports, you'd be happy about it. For the military airports, there's just not enough military stuff going on. I know there is a lot of discussion in the community about having fighter jets and military stuff in a non-military simulator, but oh yeah, there we go. There's some more of these. Anyone can let me know what these are. I mean, the model on them, very outdated. They're just hollow. They're like the original 2020 car models in the car parks, kind of, modeled to one side. You can see like they're hollow and, there's no actual inside. There's a name for it. I can't remember what it is, because back in the day I used to use Unity and do 3D models myself. So not professionally, but I used to do it. Imagine living there. Imagine if that's an actual house and someone lives there. Ain't getting no sleep. But again, look at it all. It is lovely. The models are so nice, and it's done. I just want to know what's in there. I'm sure someone will pop in at some point and give me a clue of what aircraft they're using here. Looks like there's a massive bunker over there. But yeah, to even have a military base on the sim as they've decided to do as one of their airports. Look at this big kind of, I don't know, Star Wars looking building, some bunker. That's incredible. I mean, to have, I don't know if this is based on images that they've obtained, satellite imagery. For me, the satellite imagery isn't amazing. It's all right, but it's not. Let's have a little look, see if I can. I can't really see where that is. Hang on, is that it there? It's kind of at the back, isn't it? I mean, it might not even be part of the base. It could just be guessing. It could just be that they've wanted to put it in there because they might have had that model from previous projects. I can't quite see where it might be because I can't get a good orientation of it. Anyway, let's carry on. It looks cool though. More landscaping and pretty cool. And I would say as well, this really, really dark black taxiways, that's how it appears online on what we can see on satellite imagery. I tell you what, I wouldn't like to be located over there and taxi a fighter jet out. I mean, they've probably got a bit of speed on them. They probably taxi the speed of Ryanair or Southwest or something. So it probably doesn't take them long. Before we look at the towers and other bits, there seems to be some more bits and bobs around here. The access gates along the edge of the airbase. Is this? That's actually auto-gened. It looks pretty mad to be auto-generated though. I've never seen the auto-gen do that before to a building. Some more aircraft tucked away here. Is it the same ones? Yeah, looks to be. That's like a sort of... I mean, I've never seen this model used anywhere. And this is again another one of those really highly detailed ones with the interior to them. Pretty cool. That's where we started, all the way over there. There's the other apron. That's down as a cargo apron, so I think potentially some A400s maybe. I don't know. I think they used the A400 in the trailer or the promotional pictures. What is that? Is that the same aircraft over there? Yeah, it's the same. Oh, hang on. Yeah, it is the same. Different colour though, I think. Jordan, good to see you, mate. Thanks for coming in. There might be possibly an elevation issue here. I don't know. all that is actually like that. But I think that has been sunken into the ground a bit. Right. Oh, we are. Is that a Black Hawk in there? Lovely looking hangar. Nice, nice. And this is a bit more detailed than the plane that they've got in there. Fire station, the same kind of models we saw in the other airports, but very, very detailed models as well. Interior to them. And then these, well, double towers, quite interesting to see two. Not interesting to see two towers. I know air bases, airports have two towers. Again, no people models. They're very, you know, they've got interiors to them, which, I mean, this has got to be a guess on Gaya Simulations' behalf. I can't see this being exactly what the interior is like. Towers, maybe. They more than likely look like this, but just a nice addition to usually just airports. We do have some military. Do have a military base to now explore, and more. Look at this. It's like a big roundabout for aircraft. I'll have a little look and see online what is based here. I'm pretty certain this is still military and is actually used for the A400. Pretty nice indeed. Well done, Gaya Simulations. Definitely seeing these handcrafted ones get better and better. I will potentially be, because I'm finding it difficult to get some pre-made videos out for you guys. Unfortunately, it is getting harder and harder for me. Live streams not easy at all, just logistically a lot easier. There's really no editing. I'm gonna try and start chopping up some of the live streams so they are easier to watch after the fact, because that would make more sense. But logistically, live streams, I can do them. I can get them set up and I can get them done. They take 2 or 3 hours. This one's been nearly 3 hours now, but with the size of these for the amount of airports we've got and the size of them, it makes sense. I did want to show some of the points of interest. So if you guys are still with me and want to see a few, I won't be going to every one of them because there's a lot anyway, but my list is quite big from what I wanted to look at. But maybe it's worth doing another live stream next week to show some of the points of interest out, but I can take you to a few now. Ones that I can think off the top of my head look really cool. Green Island Jetty, for example. Don't know if these are going to be listed as Green Island Jetty. There we go. Look at that. Now this looks fantastic. What I would really need to do here is anyone else's config menu not work with the mouse anymore. Works when I press F, but it won't work with the mouse. Was that a Sim Update 5 thing? Does anyone else have that issue? Because if they don't have that issue, then I clearly must reinstall the sim, potentially. I don't know. Let's just get into an amphibious helipad there. Let's stick it here, because this looks really nice. And the water masking looks tremendous. There we go. Bobbing up and down. Also can't click ready with me controller anymore. Oh. Let's take the wind back a bit. Oh God. Sorry for the ignorance. I haven't had a look at the new. Is there a list of new scenery that has dropped with? Also, where can I fly the C? Looks. There's actually the best resource for this world update, mate, is this link here. That will tell you most things. They usually do a. I don't know what's going on with this at the minute. They usually do a full forum post where it tells you everything that's been added, even all the POIs. This link will tell you the airport and some other information. It'll tell you the cities that have been included in it as well. I'm stuck. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I can't run. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that will tell you all the new cities and airports included. It won't tell you all the POIs. They usually have a little look on the forums. They do usually post a complete forum post with every single point of interest. These are all taken off. Let's see if they've added collision. Oh, that's a Microsoft. Come on. No, that sounds like I'm being funny. I'm not. I would have expected. I mean, this is still Gaya Simulations. You'll see that this isn't modeled at all what we've just seen with these airports. Look at how basic it is. This, I think, is supposed to be really appreciated from above rather than below. Where can I fly my C750? I don't know. Isn't that a business jet? But yeah, the jetty looks fantastic. It's a shame that it's not walkable. But the point of interest actual model for the jetty is great. Little bit of an island reef there. It's not nowhere near the quality of the airports, but I don't think it's really considered to be. There's a helipad there. There's no kind of a seaplane terminal here. Although I guess seaplanes probably would come here. But if you are overflying this, this is the view you're gonna get. Very nice indeed. Pretty cool. Let's have a look at a few more, guys. I mean, it's all good. You don't, if you want to see them, you can. I listed, I think about 15 or so, but there's definitely more than this. What was another one? Some of the lighthouses are really nice as well. Let's have a little look at Trumbridge Island Lighthouse. You know, they've been all around Australia. Let's have a little look at this. Everything seems to load in very quickly as well, I've noticed. Watch this take about 2 years now. It does. It's really, really cool. Look at that. Getting battered again. And yeah, there's a full lighthouse with even the buildings below it as well. I would say the modelling on this is substantially better than the jetty. Very, very nice. Cool. Oh. Yeah, look at the wires and everything hanging off it. Let's have a little look in night, obviously. Lovely stuff. Oh, what's that? Wind turbines. Pretty cool. PC or PS5? This is PC. I'd imagine this is the world updates are available for consoles. I don't know if has PS5 been given its marketplace yet. I don't know. I haven't checked. But it will be available for consoles. All the world updates they're through the marketplace, especially on 2024 because everything's streamed. You know. The safari park. Let's see if they've. I don't know. Maybe added some of the animals in. I don't know if there's a way as a developer to add animals in, you know, the generic animals, but this is pretty cool. Look at this. There's no airport here though, so let me just stick the let's just stick the amphibious plane on the ground. See if we can see some animals. Oh, it's not on the ground. Of course it isn't, Brian, because you didn't say put it on the ground. You said put it in the air, didn't you? I apologize. Let's stick it here. In the car park. We've brought our Cessna to the safari park. That actually would have been a better idea to bring one of the cars, the cross cart or something, wouldn't it? That would have made a bit more sense. Dive out, have a little look. Yeah, look at this. So the whole, I tell you what, the modeling on this is fantastic. Again, you can definitely see Gaya Simulations have really upped the game. I mean, they've even put textures of the water pipe down on the wall. You know, it's not necessarily really, is it? But it's very well this is a point of interest as well. But I've got a feeling if there's animals here, like there's collision on these, there's collision on the actual underneath these. If there's animals in this, I think Microsoft intended and Gaya Simulations intended players to use the drivable vehicles and go through the safari park, because it's for a point of interest that you're supposed to be flying over, it's almost as detailed as an airport if you have a look at it. I mean, yeah, it is. There's probably collision here, isn't there? Yeah. I know you've heard me say collision in detail about 200 times, so if you have been counting, let me know. It's like a bonsai tree in the middle there, is it? Like, there's absolutely no way this was just meant for... Yeah, well... Like, it is... Compared to the jetty doesn't look like we were meant to explore it, more that we were going to fly over it, which, I'll be totally honest, that jetty really should have been made to walk on and use a bit more for one of the amphibious planes. I mean, they've put the bus stops in there as well. Like, honestly. Oh, you actually can't get in here at all. Oh, okay. Why do that? Interesting. I mean, I can't see anything. And it also looks like this has been fully modeled inside, but you can't go in with your avatar. Very, very cool, but also very odd. Just want to see if there's any animals. No, and what's weird is that there's animals in the trailer. Oh, hang on. No, they're rocks. There's animals in the trailer in this spot. In the trailer, you see the plane going across, and you can see the safari building there. So I don't know if there's still this thing where you can't place these really detailed animal models into certain places that you want. I think they are just procedurally generated, so they're never ever going to be in the same place. I think that's the case, which is a bit of a shame. It's a bit of a shame that they couldn't place some animals in here with it being a safari park. I'll show you a few more, and then I will get myself going and give you guys a chance to breathe, because I know it's a long live stream, but I really appreciate everyone watching. This looks nice. The 12 apostules. I think I'm saying that right. There's actually buildings as well, not too far from where we were. This looks pretty cool. In fact, I mean, have we come back to Dover in the UK here? Yeah, that is pretty cool. Let's have a little fly, eh? Let's have a little fly. I'm just going to use my controller. I'm not going to get all my hardware. Look at that. Wow. 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 Oh, oh, oh. Oh no. Emergency. That will be my that'll be my throttle, because none of the positions we're in. Oh no. Oh, we can't put it in. We can't put it in. Oh yeah, boy. That was very much not intended, by the way. Good though, because we can have a little look around now. So again, some of the yeah, this is fully giving me sort of South Coast England vibes. Cliffs of Moher over in Ireland. Just not as tall. Then we got like a visitor centre. Oh no, I'm not doing that. No, no, no. I don't think so. What a view though. Again, all done like a visitor centre with the decking. Look at that. Oh, come on. You have to have made that walkable. They put the visitor centre in there as well. Look at that. Wow. Again, the modelling, like the airport, it's like the safari park. All there, you know, you can walk the pathways and incredible, incredible. The points of interest are getting better and better, aren't they? And like I was saying with these vehicles, they're so detailed. They just, I mean, why make the interiors that? But yeah, lots of, I mean, there's a few little elevation issues there where they've tried to level off some of the things. They've definitely done some where textured the cliffs and stuff. Now, I am curious. I know you guys are possibly might have only come in to see the airport, but I am curious to see whether what I'm going to do is I am just going to use slew mode for this, and I know this is cheating. Is it going to land on here? Yo, it's magic. These cliffs are magic. And David Blaine over here. So, I mean, you can walk on it. It just looks a bit like I'm about 7 foot tall until I do that. But that, I mean, I would have loved to have walked on here. I wonder if it's going to make me fall down now. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know, it's a bit of a shame, but loving, but this has to step away. Thanks and cheers. What? Loving this, but have to step away. Okay, no worries. We've done all the airports, mate. We've done all 6 of the airports. Now we had a good look around them. Cloud Strider, thanks for coming in, mate. I hope you mean step away in a good way, not in a step away because I'm trying to use avatar mode on these points of interest. I'm sure some people would be interested to see whether it's all walkable. But yeah, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it. You were in from the start, so I appreciate it either way. What else? Point Lonsdale. Yes, I'm going to show you this one. I think this will be my last one, folks. This again, there's a lot of points of interest. I don't know how many there is in all. There's a two-tone Murphy over there having a little look at the Australian update as well. This one was also pretty cool to see as well. Let's put the amphibious 172 in the field. But yeah, we've had a look at all the airports, all 6. Yeah, look at that. Let's have a little look via the drone camera. A few little extra telescopes, but this is the big boy. Again, the detail is fantastic, isn't it? Look at that. Good stuff. And then a whole actual building, visitor building, I guess, that they've mapped in. Not just the actual telescope, but the visitor center, if you like. Look at that. Wow. I mean, there's your screenshot right there, isn't it? No drone, beware of snakes. Just, yeah, Aussies just like, yeah, listen, you're coming to see the telescope, but there's snakes. So there's a screenshot, isn't it? Let's just see if we have a little play with this light and see. That's also a screenshot, isn't it? Maybe that light in there with the gradient in the sky. Maybe that to start off with. And then one with a bit of sunset on it like that. Nice. That's your screenshot right there, isn't it? Looks great. Looks really good. And again, the point of interest is very, very detailed. Like super. And again, like I said, almost like Microsoft and Gaya Simulations are, you know, inviting us to explore this with the avatar mode. I think with the level of detail that they've put into these points of interest, except the jetty, the jetty was very, very outdated with the modeling and the texture work. I might just have had that. Yeah. That's your screenshot right there. Maybe one more for the road. I can't remember some of these. These are the list I've taken is actually from the trailer, but I know there's more. I'm pretty certain there's a forum post with everything listed, what you need on there. Let's have a little look, in fact. Because they usually do a post. It's not the actual post itself. Yeah, there's a forum post. But they usually list. No, that's not it. They do usually have a point of interest list. Interesting. They broadcast their moon landing from here, only place in the world they could pick it up, signal back from. Oh, Trev, that's incredible, mate. Thank you for that info. Wow. It's a very, very nicely done point of interest. There's also a big orange and a big lobster as well. There's also Busselton jetty. Let's have a little look at that, because that Green Island jetty wasn't doing it for me, I'll be honest. Let's have a look at this one. This one's in a bit more of a town area, so this is on the beach. Stick the plane there instead. Thank you for everyone who's been in this. This has been, I think, one of my longest live streams I've done in a while. This is I think this is going on to about 4 hours now, if I'm going to be totally honest. No, 2 hours 54 minutes. 3 hours, 4 hours. Get away, Brian. Get away. This looks nice. I hope there's some collision on this. Let's have a little look. He's walking on water. Look at that. David Blainard again. Look at these deck chairs. Nice. I mean, the deck chairs are floating, but they look nice. Can we get up here, though? Look at the tracks in the sand. Love it. Can we get up the stairs? I mean, we can, but I don't think there's any collision on them. I haven't got high hopes for this, but it looks great. Quality is a bit better, definitely a lot better. Oh, there used to be a train. Ah, there used to be the same thing, I think, in Southport in the UK. A train that used to take you down the... Have they put collision on this? So this looks like it has got a train that goes down to the very, very end. And they've done some other bits and bobs over there as well. Very nice indeed, very nice. Some little 2D parallax textures in there. Are we going to drop down? Are we going to drop down? Okay. I mean, I'm not going to run all the way down there. You can bugger off. But you could potentially dock your seaplane there. Hey, it's pretty good. I mean, it's massive. Little station. I don't know why there's a station halfway down. Fair play to anyone who's walking this in real life. Speed the drone camera up. Wait. And then all the way to the end. Look at that. Yeah, substantially better than the other jetty, the Green Island jetty. Look at these. I mean, it is just. I mean, this world update. I am very impressed with it. Very impressed. Very impressed. Really nice. They've done a magnificent job. Asobo and Gaya Simulations. Screenshot there. And then if you come right to the end, we've got the obligatory. This is how long it takes to get to various points around the world. North Pole. Another lovely one. Another really nice one. Look at the scale of it. Really well done. Really well done. Let's you know what? I keep on saying let's do one last one, but let's do one last one. Dio, I love discovering these points of interest. It means that I've got to do a lot of chapters in this video now, but oh well. South Solitary Island sounds really, really dark. So we'll have a look at that. Let's have a little look at this. Wow. Okay. Tell you what, because there's a helicopter on there, let's put the little. Where's the little? Yeah, there he is. Everyone, listen, thank you so much. This has been a massive stream, and you know, I didn't. Wait, hang on a minute. Oh. Yeah, so Sobo, you're gonna have to fix that. Yeah, I don't think you've put your collision in there. Oops a daisy. Well, we can have a little look at it here. It's again, this is probably just as detailed as the maybe a bit better than the first jetty that we saw, because I think out on the islands they're probably not going in as much with everything. Also, possibly not as much reference images for the more solitary islands. Looks pretty cool though. Very solitary indeed. Very quiet, and want to escape the hustle and bustle. Point Lonsdale. Yeah, I think we'll make this the last one. Honestly, now, because I need a toilet. Let's have a little look at this. I'll put the helicopter down on here. Have a little look. I've come in my helicopter. Another lighthouse. Pretty nice. Look at the views. There's one of the. I think that's one of the global vessels ships. Looks cool. Look at that. Seafront vessels, I think they're called, isn't it? Global shipping. A nice little beach area. They've done a bit of a jetty as well. And a nice little lighthouse. Pretty cool. Have to look at it at night, of course. There we go. Again, if I get the lighting on, if I get the lighting with this one. Maybe adds a bit more. No. I mean, it's okay. That might be the way to go. And that, guys, is all I'm going to do for today. I might have a look at more of the points of interest and do another stream soon, maybe Sunday or something. But yeah, we've done all 6 airports. We had a very, very good look around them, and a few, more than a few points of interest that I looked at. I'm going to see if there's an actual list of all the new points of interest. I'm pretty sure they usually do a full list, but I'll continue to look at them. If it's worth doing a live stream for, then I'll do it. But thank you so much, guys. It's been a long one today. I need to go now. I've got another live stream tomorrow, 7:30, so just a bit earlier than today. I'll be flying from Prague over to Milan, over the Alps. Stunning views. Hopefully stunning views. I'll be using live weather, so hopefully the weather is on our side. We will be taking the A320, Phoenix A320 in the EasyJet Europe livery, Prague to Milan, and then I'll give you a tiny bit of a look. It's mostly a full flight live stream. It's not going to be dedicated to looking at the Milan update, but we will be landing into the Aerosoft Milan, the newest update, which was, I think it was like last week. But yeah, cheers everyone, and I will see you again tomorrow.